We are nearing turn 300, and I'm sure a lot of things have changed over the info addicts. Let's go ahead and check them out. And because we're not using mods to go over the maximum amounts normally in Civ 5, which is 22 civs, the Info Addicts is able to show us much more information. So that's good because, you know, I think we've checked over it when we're doing like a world map. It only like shows for like 22 civs, not like the 43 that we might have started off with. So this is going to be much more. I guess, yeah, there's going to be much more details in everything. So we can actually look at these graphs now. You know, in the past, we have to kind of just bypass all this stuff. But it's not super, you know, it's still not visually friendly, clearly. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of point that out. Global relations is a huge mess. And just to remind everybody, pretty much the entire world's at war. There isn't a single civ that is at peace besides me. So yeah, everybody's at war. Some teams are at war with more teams than others. So yeah, that's also happening. Anyways, World Factbook. Let's jump into this. Population. Germany's winning with 5 million, nearly 6 million. They almost have 2 million over the second place, the Mayans, and we have Poland here. Also along the same, somewhat close to Germany, not really that much closer, but still something to keep in mind. Some of these civs that are kind of near each other, like this is a big one. China and Canada being so close to each other is a big deal because China could easily take over Canada. Yes, a lot of the population would die in the siege, but still something to keep in mind in terms of proximity, how close Canada is to both China and Korea, and how quickly they could jump up in the population rankings. Anyways, so crop yield is going to China, then the Ottomans, then Germany, then America. Manufactured goods, wow, Germany is absolutely dominating this. That is pretty big. Now, if Bismarck continues to be a huge idiot, that's going to be a problem. I don't think he will. He's got some pretty distinct advantages here so far in the Info Addicts. He needs to stop being an idiot because, oh my goodness, he's got a lot of things on his side. GNP is going to China, Morocco, the Ottomans, Rome, and then Germany. Land area goes to China, then the Ottomans, then Russia. Military manpower, this is the big one. So yeah, technically, Bismarck has also the biggest military in the world. And you have this city, Assyria, just sitting out there in the open for you to take. Come on, man. We'll have to double check on who Bismarck is going to war with. If he wants to catch China, because I can guarantee you, within the next maybe like 75 turns, China is going to be, I think, really, really powerful. Either China or China will allow Korea to be really, really powerful. But at the end of the day, I think China is going to be the one to do it. Although they don't have really the... Where's their military at? Maybe I should completely take that back. They're at 50,000 troops. That's incredibly low compared to this list. Maybe not that low, but still, it's kind of a pretty low number. Luckily, they can rely on Korea here somewhat. And then where are the Mongolians, their other team member? 34,000. Wow, so the Eastern Asian powers kind of lagging behind, aren't they? A little bit, yeah. The Inca, right there in the corner, 91,000. They probably have essentially... I mean, the Koreans and the Chinese still have, if you combine their military powers together, still have enough to be able to defend against the Inca, but... it really depends. Germany right next to the Aztecs, but Germany could really do whatever they want right now. But they're not choosing to do whatever they want. They're choosing to be, I don't know. I don't even want to think about it because it upsets me. Poland, of course, number one in social standing. Then it's the Inca. Then it's China. Then Russia. Okay, let's check on technologies. How are we doing with technologies? Oh yeah, I was gonna say. Whoa, something went terribly wrong here. Somebody has 68 technologies. Yeah, this is something I've been kind of trying to keep up with. Clearly, Assyria has fallen behind, but for the most part, the world's along the same. I mean, I think a majority of the world's about 40 technologies, then it's 42, and the clear advantage is going to Austria, Germany, and Rome, with one tech ahead. Really, one tech ahead, though, is nothing. It's almost nothing, unless they have a very crucial technology that's, giving them access to maybe higher military units, which is entirely possible since we see Bismarck so high on the military manpower list. So, just stuff to keep in mind. How are they doing with happiness? Happiness is not good, but it's not terrible either. So something weird, I know that people were talking about it, something very weird. I don't know, the really advanced setup, I don't know why, but they didn't really put that many luxuries. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious I won't be using this map again, and just to kind of reaffirm, to say what I said earlier in the series, this is just a test. That's all this is. I will be going to a TSL. I know that's like, everybody was like, yeah, let's do why didn't you do a TSL? It's like, you know, this is just a test. I don't want to jump into a TSL, and I want to see what we see so far. I want to figure out things and make assumptions so that when we do the TSL, when we do the TSL, it'll be better. So that's what I'm hoping for. So yes, because we're already noticing, like right now, I think 3 teams is too much. That one of the big things that I think I can assume so far in this campaign is I think 3 members per team is maybe a little bit too much, and maybe we should try 2 on a TSL. But it all depends, because this is one kind of big Pangea map, so if we're going to do a Europe map next, it would be very different. But anyways, there were still a few Info-Addicts categories that I still wanted to check over, but I just wanted to go over that. Yes, I won't be using this really advanced setup. Again, this is just a test. It's unfortunate that there's not that many luxuries, and that's explaining why not a lot of people are too happy, but they're still growing, and remember, you know, the AI gets crazy bonuses when they're on these higher difficulties, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. Anyways, cities right now is going to the Ottomans and then China, tied for first place. In terms of wonders, we have a the Native Americans have been building a lot of wonders, but they're not able to defend those cities, I don't think. So if these cities fall, someone like Russia or China or Korea could become really powerful, grabbing and obtaining all these wonders. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue onward into our campaign. Like I said, I did jump ahead in technology, which means that I can see, you know, a few strategic resources. So there is uranium in this map. We have, boom, there we go. World Congress has become the United Nations. So we'll see how that works. I will not be voting for this. And yes, keep in mind, like I said, everybody is at war with each other. And I think I would, you know, like I was saying, I do plan to go into a TSL. Like, you know, I didn't want to jump into it. I wanted to do a test first. I'm playing with the idea of maybe going from 3 teams to 2 teams. I think I realize now, at least as of, you know, recently, ooh, the Aztecs might be able to take over the Mongolian capital here. That will definitely happen, actually. That will probably definitely happen, unless, of course, well, Assyria and Mongolia have just peaced out. Unless, of course, they peace out. Has been captured by the Inca. Bam! China has lost a city, and they might lose Mecca as well. I think they're almost for sure guaranteed to lose Mecca. But Korea's here to defend. So anyways, we'll talk about, you know, the changes that I might possibly make into the next series. But I love hearing your feedback, because this has, like I thought, it's drastically changed the way we do AI-only battles. And it seems like everyone is super, super pumped for the future, because obviously we're going to be using this mechanic for the future AI-onlys from here on out. So it's really, really exciting to see, like, everybody. It's almost as if we just started the AIs, you know, all over again. It's kind of feels like we just started doing AI only battles again, because the excitement that everyone is like, it seems like, you know, it's generating is nice, and it's fresh, because it's so new, and it's going to drastically change what we've seen in the past, drastically. So I have spies on the top 5 teams, the African powers, the Asian powers, the Central European powers. We've got the English colonies and the Native Americans. I don't have a spy. I guess I could have probably gotten a few technologies ahead to get that. I think I get 6 spies, right? Jeez, I don't even know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, right? I've been playing as England. I played as England a while ago, but you know, England really messed me up, because, you know, they get that extra spy. Anyways, yeah, so we skipped out on obviously the Assyrians. Actually, Team 7 is not number, Well, anyways, I left 1 civ, I thought. Maybe I didn't. I have no idea. Anyways, so let's see who grabs Mecca. It looks like it will be the Ottomans with their Janissary, because the Polish have nothing else here. Oh, okay, America just moved there. They were close, America. You were close with that Minutemen, but you were not able to get the job done. Bam! The Mongolians have lost their capital. Wow. And it looks like they'll easily be able to take Turfan here. And the Ottomans have taken over Mecca. Wow. Okay. So I'm glad the cities are falling. That's for sure. I'm just glad to see cities are finally starting to exchange hands. We just saw 3 cities. Geez, we have not seen that many cities fall as of recently. Seems like so far in this campaign, it's been not really the biggest. I mean, Rome. We had the collapse of Rome, which was a pretty big deal, I think. But, geez, we just saw 3 cities exchange hands in the course of like two turns. And if the Aztecs don't let up at all, then we might even see a little bit more. but they might be letting up. Some of the crossbowmen decided to retreat for some reason. Bam. So they're going to be attacking across the river, which is going to be bad. I don't know if Canada... I'm assuming that Canada is also at war with Genghis Khan. Yes. Which has actually been keeping America safe, because now China and the Koreans are more concerned with the Inca instead of Canada and Washington combined. So there will be a race to destroy the Mongolians, and this will really, really hurt. This is going to be interesting. This is kind of a very fun part in the campaign, because we're going to see what happens when you have two very dominant civs. I'm hoping. When you see two very dominant civs in a team lose that third member. China and Korea, I still think, are really, really powerful, but will they be able to keep up without that third member? That is where things are going to get interesting, and that is exactly why we do tests before we do TSLs. That's my philosophy. That's strictly my philosophy. But let's not get our hopes up. I mean, it's possible that they don't take this over. It's possible that I don't even know. The Aztecs just retreated because I'm guessing the riflemen, they ran out of riflemen. Did the riflemen get destroyed or something? Canada, I don't even know if they're at war with Mongolia, so maybe we won't be able to see that. Wow. The Germans are pretty hardcore. I mean, even if we don't see this city fall, it's still entirely possible. It's still going to be an interesting part of the experiment, because now Mongolia is virtually nothing. Mongolia is pretty much nothing. Ooh, the Zulu with those MPs. Holy crap. What is going to happen? Embargo of Korea and embargo of England. That's Mongolia. This is Canada. Okay. So, bam. Let's see what happens here. These MPs are going to have a huge... I mean, I bet you they could take it over right now. Oh, wait. Well, they just lost one. They didn't attack with all those MPs, but remember, those MPs can range attack and then they melee attack. Very, very good units for attacking cities, although I'm pretty sure these unique units are pretty far behind in terms of technology. Yeah. Very, but I think very. Maybe not very, but yeah, pretty far behind. The Inca might be launching a second attack very soon, and the Chinese and Korean military is pretty much non-existent. This might be a really, really bad video for the Asian powers. Okay, well, you're lucky. America and Canada are no longer at war with you, but you still got to worry about the Zulu. The Zulu might take Busan here, and I'm not exactly sure. I believe Austria is at war with the Inca and the Asian powers as well. So we have China plying against Washington already, but China, you need to build up that military first, dude. You're not going to be able to just run in there without a military. I was so shocked to see that so low. Again, the Mayans with another wonder. And the Germans are launching a sneak attack against somebody. Bam, they did take it over. That's the fourth city in this video that we've seen fall. And the Zulu, by themselves, by the way, who really have nobody even close nearby that's going to be helping them at all. I mean, Songhai is pretty much done. I guess we've been viewing this experiment, the experiment that I said where you have two very powerful civs without, and a third really weak one with just one city. We've been kind of seeing that this entire campaign, so it's nothing really new that Mongolia is down to one city. Still very interesting. But yeah, no, the Zulu kind of carrying the team on their back, and I expected to see things like this. First ideology has been chosen by Rome choosing order. Smart idea, although Rome, you're kind of in a tough spot. Now, I don't know off the top of my head if the African powers are after the Native Americans. We're going to see, but there might be a race for that Korean capital. The Chinese desperately attempting to save their team member to the south. I think that they realize that if Korea falls, China is next, pretty much. Big Ben has been built by Bismarck. And where is that sneak attack that the Germans are sending? Are they going after the Aztecs? I think so. Yeah, they have to be going after the Aztecs, huh? Germany's adopted autocracy, and we have Austria adopting autocracy. So there you go. That's another thing that I think we're going to see. When the first team member chooses, oh my gosh, the Germans are going to take the Aztec capital, aren't they? I think they are. When the first team member chooses, that is what the rest of the team will also choose in terms of ideologies. Another very, I think, key information about team-based systems. So that way we can assume that when we use, oh my gosh, they're going to take that over easily. Mongolia and the natives have peaced out, so, and also, I realize that I say Mongolia and like the Mayans. I realize that, first of all, these team members represent everybody, and we're going to see the same icons whenever the Asian powers go to war. It's always going to show Mongolia. We won't see who actually declared the war, and as well as I'm just gonna say Mongolia and the Mayans because it's so instinctual. But you know, I hope you guys understand that when I say that now, I mean their entire team. So Mongolia is Eastern Asia, and the Mayans are the Native Americans are all at war. But yeah, I just see that and I say it like that because it's so much harder to put it, you know, connect the dots in my head. So the Germans might be having some amazing success here because the Aztecs are really down when it comes to units. They don't have much. They're down in terms of military power, that's for sure. What are the Polish doing over here? So bam, the Aztecs lost their capital. That's huge, especially because they've done a really good job at you know, really kind of destroying the Mongolians. But that's the problem. I mean, I guess Bismarck is still... I mean, his empire is going to be separated, though. That's going to be the issue. Until he takes over Assyria, I don't know if this is the best idea. Eastern Asian powers denouncing Rome, Germany, and Austria. Okay, what else do we have? Shaka plotting against the Inca. And we have Washington plotting against Korea. Okay, so no siege of the Korean capital just yet. We've got Poland and Mongolia piecing out. Ooh, they're going after Kingston instead, the former Canadian city. Zulu, extremely aggressive. And it's funny because when you look at it, the three top most aggressive, biggest military powers in all of Civ 5 is Mongolia, Assyria, and the Zulu. So, you know, hey, I understand that everything is circumstantial. And, you know, a lot of different things can happen to drastically, you know, change the game. But it's kind of interesting to see, you know, because that was one of the reasons why I set up the teams like this, to see who's going to be the best in terms of, you know, warmongering. Clearly, Shaka is really, really good. If we didn't know before, which I think we kind of all had a hint, if we've been watching these videos for a long time now, I think we all kind of had a hint that Shaka was by far the best AI warmongerer. Now we for sure know. Bam, Kingston has fallen. We'll see how aggressive the Zulu continue to be. If he continues to be this aggressive, I actually think that it might not be the best for him. Canada is growing in strength, and now you have a new border with the Inca, which is bad. Luckily, the Austrians don't really have that big of a military, or they're distracted at the moment. Scholars in residence, that is kind of one of the first times I've seen an AI propose that policy. Very interesting. And Canada is trying to repeal the embargo against Korea. That's also a first. I don't know if we see that, or maybe I just don't even really pay attention that much. I probably just don't pay attention that much. But still, that's kind of interesting. Clearly, Canada is reliant on the trade route to Korea. And, you know, I mean, I'm sure he's got to be trading with China also, but still, that might be because of several reasons. Anyways, a few peace deals are happening, and we will see, I think, Germany take this city over. Oh, maybe not. Not without a melee unit, Germany. Not without a melee unit. Where, do you have a melee unit coming or no? America has denounced Germany. Now, those denouncements can be made against anybody. I think we've realized that. Yeah, so that's not necessarily, no one's taking the lead in terms of denouncements. It's just whoever wants to denounce whoever. It's kind of cool, though, that we haven't seen a team member denounce their other team member. I figured that we might be seeing that because I don't know how much Firaxis had put in terms of time. I didn't know how much time Firaxis had put into this team-based system, but clearly they did, and that is one of the reasons why I think, yeah, this is going to be good. Anyways, guys, I'm about to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.